Well, good morning, church family. I'm extremely impressed today because I see that Peter Wheatley has some family members present that have Buffalo Bills all over them. I'm a huge Bills fan. I just want to say, go Bills! As we begin this morning. Now, for you that are guests today, my voice isn't usually like this. Sometimes it's a whole lot worse. But oftentimes it is better. I'm still battling this sinus infection and it has gotten the best of me of late. Also, because it's February, we're going to start a whole new series because February is the month of love and affection, right? So the message for today is looking for the right one. And we're going to look at John chapter 1, verses 45 through 49. And you have a bulletin insert that has the sermon outline, the scripture text as well, so you can follow along, you can fill in the blanks. Or if you're really lazy, you can go on our website later today, go to the media page, download the outlines already filled out. Let's begin with verse 25 of John chapter 1. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found him of whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." And Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him and said of him, "Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no deceit." Nathanael said to him, "How do you know me?" Jesus answered and said to him, "Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you." Nathanael answered and said to him, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." You know, when I was growing up, I was always quite shy. Now, let me just say this to you right now. I know this face is no beauty by far. But you see, I don't mind it because I'm behind it. It's the folks like you that get the job. However, going through high school and college, I really didn't get into the dating scene. So one day, my very good friend, we went to school together. We also went to the same college, Providence Wesleyan College as it was called back then. He came up to me and says, "I have set up a date for you." I'm like, "What?" He says, "Yeah, Ian's sister," that was his girlfriend, "is coming down. Her name is Cheryl. And I set up a date for you and Cheryl to go out on Saturday night." I said, "Whoa, wait a second. You know, I'm not about to go on any blind date." This guy says, "Oh man, you're going to love Cheryl. She's a babe. She's a knockout." He says, "You're really going to want to go out with her. You can trust me on this." Well, I grew up with Scott. You don't trust Scott at anything. So I was at that point wondering, what should I do? And this guy says, "Look, if you don't like the way she looks, the only way out of it is just kind of fake some kind of sickness, asthma, whatever it is. Fake something and just excuse yourself and decline the date." Well, it so happened we met in the campus lounge, and I looked at Cheryl, and she really was a very attractive girl. And before I could even get introductions out, she was like, "I got asthma." I think you and I have all had dates that kind of turned out that way, haven't we? Dates that have gone horribly bad. Matchups that were really mismatched altogether. Sometimes we wonder, how do you ever find the right one? Or maybe a better question, how do you ever become the right one? And we get to the point sometimes we just want anybody to like us. And so we go through stages where we'll do anything to fit in, anything to be accepted and to be liked. We try so hard to fit into somebody else's mold to make them happy, or if that doesn't work, we try to mold somebody into our way of thinking to make us happy. It's almost like two figures of each other's imagination out on a date, and not ever the real person. Now, you might be wondering, what is this guy talking about? I mean, what does this have to do with our scripture text this morning? And doesn't he realize his wife is sitting right here in the congregation, and he's talking about past dates? If you guys have any open room today for lunch, just let me know after the service. You know, you're probably thinking, be preaching to us? Well, okay, let's get to the message. We've been talking about human relationships thus far this morning, and let me add, my wife has been the redeeming factor in that regard. In my human relationship, she has literally been God's gift to me. But the funny thing is, everything we said so far can also be applied to our spiritual relationships. I bet if we were to sit down and converse honestly with one another, we all would have a story to tell. Things that we have tried to bring some kind of sense of happiness and peace and contentment in our lives that have gone terribly wrong. Things that we've done where we all of a sudden realize that not only didn't work out right, it actually shipwrecked either my relationship or something in my soul. We've clung onto philosophies and worked towards self-helps and just discovered after the long haul they were no good whatsoever. Then we looked at the stars instead of the maker of the stars, and we start kind of mapping out our horoscope, thinking that's going to tell my future, that's going to tell me how my life is all going to pan out. Or we listen to what celebrities have to say or other gurus have to say, and when all is said and done, we're just kind of scratching our head like, it's still not working. When we get to the point, sometimes we just want to find anything that'll bring us some kind of happiness and relief. We go through the same stages as in a human relationship to try to find it. Some really think they're going to find it through their possessions, their material things. And for a moment, you might find happiness and fulfillment as you jump into shallow relationships. I guess there's a million things that we could talk about this morning that you and I have poured ourselves into trying hard to find this thing called peace and contentment. But discover after all is said and done, we're still a shell inside. There's an emptiness, an ache, still with a huge hole that needs to be filled. If you're anything like me, I guess we're still gluttons for punishment, aren't we? We put up with things that damage us, with things that control us, things that strip us of our dignity and self-respect. You know, we have a program, actually I want to rephrase that. We have a ministry in our church on Monday nights. It starts at 6 o'clock. It's called Celebrate Recovery. It's a Christian-based ministry for those that have hurts, habits, and hang-ups. And the whole purpose of this is to help you find the right one in the midst of your circumstances. And that's the hope I bring to you this morning. Because in our scripture, we are introduced to the right one. His name is Jesus. Come and see is the expression that's been used. Philip came to Nathanael, and he simply said those three words, come and see. And he wasn't trying to prove anything so much as he was pointing Nathanael in the right direction to meet the right person. Of course, Nathanael's immediate response was what? Can anything good ever come out of Nazareth? I thought about that for a moment, and I realized that might be your struggle as well as mine. When you and I are out there trying to invite family, friends, somebody in our neighborhood to come to Turnpike Wesleyan Church, they might say, what? Can anything good come out of church? Because too many people have a negative thought when they hear the word church, don't they? It's not that they don't like you, they don't like the association you hang with. And so it's really hard to get past that come and see. And I thought for a moment, why is that? And it seems to me that it all boils down to where the heart is at. How our hearts today have been conditioned. Let me try to explain if I possibly can. Do you know that dogs can hear frequency that you and I as humans cannot hear? Why is that? Because their ears are tuned to that frequency, and they're able to pick it up. Do you know a parent can hear their own child cry, distinguish their own child's cry before anybody else? The rest of the crowd just hears a crying child. But a parent knows exactly who's that crying child belongs to. And if I lose my wife in a crowd, which I often do, especially if it's in some kind of shopping center, if I just pause long enough and listen, and if I could hear her voice, I would be able to distinguish her voice among all others. Especially her distinguished, beautiful laugh. If she starts laughing, I'm like, okay, there she is. I can hone in and find her. You see, you and I respond to what we're tuned into. Sad thing is that in our day, not too many are tuned into the voice of God. And that is why it's so hard when you present the invitation of come and see. And the invitation really needs to go beyond just come and see by going to church, but you want them to come and see the right one who can meet their deepest need. I find it interesting that Philip did not debate his good friend Nathanael or the pros and cons of Nazareth. He didn't go down that road. He simply said, you need to meet them, and once you do, I believe there'll be tremendous transformation. And that's the offer that we present to the world around us. Come and see the very one who can make your life complete and make your life whole. But then the expression is used where Jesus says unto Nathanael, before Philip ever called you, I saw you under the fig tree. Now, if you are human, raise your hand if you're human. Okay, we're all in good company here. If you are human, you struggle with doing stupid things at times. Isn't that true? Haven't we all done that? I'm your pastor and I admit, I've done stupid things. If you want to know particularly what they are, you talk to my wife. She could probably have a whole list of everyday stupid things I do. How about losing control of your emotions? Has that ever happened? You know, somebody just knows the right buttons to push, and next thing you know, you've lost your cool. Or guarding what comes out of your mouth. I suppose the list could go on and on. And even right now, when you're sitting in church, the emotions, the feelings, or, boy, I hope it gets over pretty soon, all those things that are going on at this moment, you know, they're going to fade by tomorrow morning when the sun comes up. Forget that statement. We live in the North Country. They're going to fade in March when the sun comes up. But so much is hidden in our heart that we hope never becomes unearthed by any other individual. Those things actually haunt us in the twilight hours. But we put on that happy face, give under the impression that life is good, and we got it all together. Yet under the fig tree, wherever, whatever that fig tree may be to you, you know the real story, don't you? You know the real you. Let me just go down a side trail for a moment. Does anybody remember years ago when the bazooka gum used to come with a wrapper, and you saved the wrapper, you could exchange it for gifts? Now, I used to collect those wrappers because back then gum wasn't very expensive, and there was one gift I really wanted. I mean, it was advertised, it looked absolutely phenomenal. X-ray glasses. You were supposed to be able to see through solid walls. And I'm a kid, I'm going to find out what they're saying about me when I'm not around. I don't know what they're doing behind those walls. I'm going to find out if they've been naughty or nice. So I collected enough, got my X-ray glasses, and that was my first experience at false advertisement. Not only did it didn't work, you couldn't even look through a thin piece of paper with them, let alone a wall. So those people I wanted to spy on, they were safe. They would never find out, I would never find out rather, if they were doing anything wrong or anything right. However, you and I are not safe from the eyes of God. He sees everything, He knows everything, and He doesn't need X-ray glasses to figure out what you and I are doing. As author of Hebrews puts it, everything is uncovered and laid bare before the eyes of him to whom we must give an account. Wow, that's pretty powerful, isn't it? We got to give an account for the things that we say and do and how we behave, the emotions that we express. And then Jesus states in Luke 12, 2 through 3, there is nothing covered up that will not be revealed, and hidden that will not be known. Accordingly, whatever you have said in the dark shall be heard in the light. And what you have spoken or whispered in the inner rooms shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Helps me think I better guard some of the things I say. Some of the things that kind of pop out of my mouth. But I want you to also know this morning that Jesus is still the right one. Even though God says all these things are before him, he sees the evil and the good. He knows us that well. Jesus still offers us redeeming love and amazing grace. He has his arms stretched out wide to embrace you no matter what you have done, no matter how low you have felt you have fallen. He is there. In fact, really, he's whispering, if we're tuned into the voice of God, he's whispering right now, come and see. I'm going to ask the praise team if they come back to the platform right now. You know, that come and see is a tremendous invitation. Come and see the one who knows you even before you start walking through the doors of this church and finding your place here in this room. He knew as you got up this morning. He knew the conversations you had in the home. He knew how your conversations went in the car, whether they were good or argumentative, as you made your way here to church. He knows all those things. He watched you as you walked into his house. Come and see the one who knows you exactly for who you are. You don't have to put on a front with God. It doesn't work anyway. You don't have to pretend you're somebody else. He knows you inside and out. But here's the real beauty of everything. Come and see the one that can truly make you feel loved, feel fulfilled, and feel whole. You know, we've tried so many other things, and I hope you're like me. You're going to finally mark them up as losers. Jesus Christ, indeed, is the answer. So as we stand together and share in song, the altar is open. It's an invitation song to come and see, because the Savior is waiting.